Hi Pisces, welcome to your November reading. So this is going to be now to the end of the month. Interesting. I am not being drawn to pull cards for you, specifically tarot cards. Maybe I'll pull a few angel cards, but for some reason I'm not feeling drawn. I'm kind of being drawn to a channel for you guys. So what I feel, I'm being drawn to say this is the end of a decade. I mean, we are going through, I feel like you know that you are at the end of a cycle. There has been a pattern that has been complete, whether it's in love, whether it's in work. I feel like a lot of you are actually more than normal. If I would say this, I would kind of dismiss it. I'm sure that would only be talking to a few of you, but it feels like there's actually quite a few of you that are pregnant. So I want to say, this is a beautiful new beginning. I want to say don't project too much anxiety. Do your best to kind of create this space of harmony within yourself. And this goes for anybody. Creating this sense of harmony. I'm being drawn to talk about, I don't know his name, Dr. something. But he did this science kind of experiment with rice. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it. Puts the rice in 3 kind of containers every day and says, I love you to one, I hate you to the other, and ignores the other. The one that's ignored rots. The one that says, I hate you, it turns black and disgusting. And the one that says, I love you, kind of flourishes. So I want to kind of say, embody this towards yourself. And I'm hearing, love your enemy. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's in the past, that's been yourself. Biggest, harshest critic. So I want to say, actually, this is what we're transitioning out of. Like radical self-love is what we're stepping into. This actually feels really great. And for some of you, it's by, there's something added to this equation. So I'm being drawn to say, if you have been looking for love, we are ending a cycle here that's about to begin a new dynamic in your life where you're actually really, really ready to bring about really healthy love. I feel healthy, asterisk, because I feel like in the past you're Pisces, you're always lovey-dovey. I mean, you're ready. You're great at that, anyways. I feel like there's a little bit of an element of law of attraction to this equation here. So positive thoughts create positive results. So expecting really good things to happen. Kind of have this revolution within yourself that I'm not going to expect the past patternings to repeat. And I always say that, faith is not kind of ignorance. It's actually quite revolutionary to have this knowingness, this belief. And it's bringing me right to, I'm not sure if it has to do with Scorpio season or it's just now going forward, but I'm seeing a kind of a marker. And it feels like your intuition right now going forward is spot on. I want to say really trust your feelings and your knowing. I mean, I don't even want to put an end date to this. I mean, exercise that and keep it going. It's always a wonderful tool. I'm a huge advocate of, I always use meetup.com or Facebook events. I'm always checking out to see if somebody can teach me that can add something to my already, my repertoire of my tools in my toolbox. That's, you know what I'm saying. I want to see, what can somebody else add that I don't already know. I feel like there's something wonderful about never giving up on evolving, of learning. I feel like there's going to be, I'm speaking to a lot of people about is leaving past patternings of relationships, the karmic lesson value within relationships that was unhealthy. I feel like we are getting ready to kind of leave that in the past. So whether it's like I'm always abandoned, I'm never met at my level of being able to give emotionally, whatever it is that you feel like, you know, it's like the missing piece of an equation. I feel like expect that to come in. Ooh, and as I looked down, I was just holding the deck. I didn't even realize what was down there. You have the Sun card. The Sun is like illumination, kind of realization of, I mean, when the sun shines down, it kind of sheds light on everything, right? The good and the bad. And I feel like there's a revelation about what wasn't working, or my role in it, or my patterning. And kind of when you bring something into your awareness, it no longer has a hold on you. It doesn't have the effect that that old, you know, pattern had on you before, that cycle. This is kind of breaking free from it. This is feeling light. This is talking about growth and abundance. And again, for some reason, I keep getting the child energy. So this is essentially a child here. Some of you could have thought, you know, maybe it was never going to happen for me to have a family. Or maybe some of you are thinking that now. I feel like I want to squelch that idea. I'm strongly feeling the law of attraction energy. So I don't know if some of you listen to like Esther Hicks or even like Tony Robbins, or, you know, somebody that kind of does a really good job of lighting that spark that a lot of us are sometimes missing, that says, you can do it. You know, after you leave listening to somebody like these people, I mean, there's lots of them, you feel lighter, you feel positive. So bringing more energy like that into your life, because we are in this heavier season of Scorpio, I do feel this transitionary energy for you, where there's a little bit of anxiety coming back from the past. Is this going to repeat itself? Is this going to work out? I want to say, just allow that to come in. You don't have to like fight it, but just kind of say, oh, there that is. Why are you coming to visit? I thought I released this. Let's do it again, right? Let's sage my energy. Let's sage my house. Let's meditate and kind of do a clearing. Let's kind of put a, you know, protective bubble, whatever it is you do for, I feel like energetic self-care, because things are coming into harmony for you. I'm being brought back to that random message I talked about, the rice, and creating this inner harmony. I don't know, I'm being shown, and I never talk about health on my channel, so take it as a grain of salt, but I'm seeing mucus. So I don't know if some of you are smokers, drinkers, heavy on the meat and dairy. I'm not an advocate whatsoever. I believe everybody makes their own life choices, but I want to say, like, cutting back in a way of especially the negative habits like smoking, or because I feel highly sensitive. So if you're wondering if something's off, I would attribute it to these things for this month. Because I'm feeling, it's showing me, a lot of times Spirit communicates with me, showing me moments in my life. It's showing me the Gershon therapy, so it's more like plant-based whole foods. I used to run a ibogaine retreat in Mexico, and I did a lot of detoxes for people with heavy addictions, and this is one of the ways we kind of restored the body part. Anyways, off topic. Let's get back to this. Let's pull a an angel card, since I haven't pulled any cards for you, and I feel drawn to. Let's get a card from the Vision Quest Tarot. So this is a small medicine wheel in this deck, but this is the Wheel of Fortune normally. This is a beautiful card. Let me actually read it. I mean, this is a change for the better. Typically, in the normal deck, it's talking about moving out of the karmic cycle into something, you know, that other flip side of the coin where we get to experience the opposite. Let me find this, sorry. The small medicine wheel, a new beginning, a promising start, change, success, outgoing energy, completed cycle, gratitude, a new phase begins. Yeah. I mean, this is the last 2 months in this decade. That's big. It's not just the end of the year, it's the end of the decade. Expect, you know, things to come to culmination, but with every ending, huge new beginnings are inevitable. It's inevitable. It says, an important lesson has been understood. Now something full of wonder will unfold. When a cycle has completed itself, your energy fields expands to encompass new things. Now you will learn to be more attentive to what develops right from the start, thus gaining a higher perspective and consequently finding yourself less occupied with superficial things. Allow your consciousness to carry you into the dimension that wants to be explored as you cross the threshold. This is an excellent time to push your work forward successfully, but on a new basis. The power of the medicine wheel speaks to you from within. It helps you overcome obstacles and supports you along the way. What a great card. I mean, how perfect for you guys. Ooh, and I placed that card right on top of my tarot deck, and what peeked out below the sun, the Ace of Cups. A lot of you, this is new levels of emotional abundance becoming available for you, whether it's within another, but this revolutionary act to decide to love yourself. It's a revolutionary act. Everything would conspire you to think the other way. Every ad on TV, every, comparative Facebook, Instagram post, all that stuff. It's a revolutionary act to be completely satisfied with who you are and where you're at, knowing that you're doing your best. That card for me, that small medicine wheel, it's talking about raising your vibration as well. It is. And I feel like it's been purposeful to be able to embrace this next level. I mean, this is the biggest cup. It's the biggest. I know it's not the 10 of Cups, but it's the biggest one. And it's coming in from the hand of Source, whatever that is for you. It's like an offer. This is divinely guided. And this dove, to me, that symbolizes Scorpio. Diving deep into this water, coming in, rising up through the mud. Usually these are, they're eyeballs in this psychedelic deck, but they're usually lotuses kind of coming up after a difficult period to bring, kind of this end of a cycle and ace beginning. Gosh, you guys have such good energy. I actually really, really like this. That's not a surprise, but this is really good. Expect things to change. Expect your intuition to be 1,000% on point. Expect the change that's kind of going on. If you're feeling that uncomfortable, like, well, what the heck is coming next? Tap into that law of attraction. I always invite people to imagine what they would do with $1 billion. I always talk to my friends about it. I think they get completely annoyed. I would do this and I would do that. I would have the best time helping people, honestly. That would be my true pleasure and joy. To think of ingenious ways to contribute. How fun would that be? Or to notice the people that already have it figured out and to add value to that. Anyways, that would be my fantasy. Anyways, beautiful reading. So if any of you are feeling drawn to get a personal reading, I think I'm going to, I don't know if I already said this for you guys, but I'm going to open my schedule up a little bit more, work a little bit more, because I am moving to London. London is very expensive, even though I'm eternally abundant in my soul. I feel the need to kind of just prepare myself. So if you feel drawn to it, my readings are very, I feel affordable, attainable, but I mean, I don't want to speak for everybody. But they do start at $29. And I put a lot of love, attention, and heart into them. And I'm not this person that will tell you only what you want to hear, unfortunately, but I hope I tell you what is most helpful. So anyways, that's my spiel. I hope you enjoyed your reading. It's a pleasure reading for you, Pisces, and I will be back with another reading soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful November. Wonderful November, but this is the end of October, so wonderful Halloween as well. A wonderful Mercury retrograde, bringing up the stuff that we are releasing. Thank you, goodbye, welcoming in this new cycle. It doesn't always have to be negative Mercury retrograde. And just take it easy. It's a time to just reflect, to let things go, and to love self especially. All right, bye guys.